All right, so today I'm doing my stream on. It dawned on me, I was thinking and I was thinking. It's early in the morning, y'all. I was thinking about some shit, and it dawned on me. I said, you know what? Because I started looking and I said, what? There's some commonalities here. There's some commonalities. Um, and this right here, I don't. Let me say this before I get started and say what I'm going to say because it may seem a little controversial. It may seem a little controversial. Okay, let me say this. I'm not monetized. I do not need any likes or donations. I don't come on YouTube to be anybody. Whenever I share my opinion, it is just simply my opinion. I'm not trying to get no following. I have nothing to gain. It's a hobby. Okay. Um, that's it. And with that being said, anything I have to say is purely just an opinion. And just like an asshole, everybody got an opinion. It doesn't mean a whole lot. Okay. So I want to say that before I speak my piece. But I was thinking about it, and it's a couple of things that made me start processing stuff. Because sometimes you have to get out of your head. That's important to do, and try to understand where other people are coming from. And so, in my attempt to do that, I kind of realized. I said, you know what? How they say they not like us. They not like us, y'all. We give women a pass. And I think that's a mistake that men have made, giving women a pass. And when I say giving women a pass, just think about how most men think about women. Most men think about women as if women are automatically, for the most part, typical, normal, desirable, heterosexual, you know, until you show otherwise. Women get an automatic pass. Women are naturally, unless they show otherwise, normal, that they're assumed to be normal and functional. I can say I think that's the case. And a lot of times I think when men approach dating and relationships, they come from a place where they assume that women are typical, right? That the women that they're approaching are functional, typical, and that they have certain behaviors and they can expect certain outcomes. I don't know if this is big enough. We'll see. I'm trying to get all these. I'm putting some stuff up. You know, they think that like you know what I'm saying, that women can be predicted because we're thinking about women in a typical way. And when I really start thinking about, because I'm being exposed to some shit, you don't know till you know. I'm exposed to some shit online that I don't see in real life. So I'm having to like take notes and say, what is that? What the fuck is that? What's going on here? Like look deeper, and get out of my mind where I always think about stuff in a typical way. Because you see a lot of atypical shit when you come online. I mean, it's all kind of people here. And so what I'm realizing is that a lot of these women that I'm seeing online, I was giving them credit for being typical functional female women. You know what I mean? Like women want certain things. Women care about this. Women like that. Just making a lot of assumptions about women and what they want and how they function, what's normal, what's not normal. What is this? This piece of chicken? Who's this? I'm going through all this broccoli's gotta go. I got some peas in here too. Where them peas at? I'm gonna get them out of here. I'm cleaning out my refrigerator, y'all. I gotta clean out my refrigerator every 3 days. Okay, okay. Put that back. Get these peas up out of here. These strawberries. I didn't eat them, they're going bad. Okay. So this assumption that women are typical and that we behave a certain way. Can't assume that. And I'm seeing that because what I'm seeing online is very atypical female behavior. So that past, the automatic assumes that when you see a woman, she's female, that she wants to be feminine. There's no past for that. No, that she understands her own nature of being a woman and why she wants certain things. No past for that. Okay. The idea that women have certain expectations and outcome. Ooh, that's nasty. Oh wait, that's nasty. That broccoli did not age well. It has butter on it though. Oh goodness, there's some people here. Hello, 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 cheerio. Okay, the fact that women want certain things automatically, right? All of these automatics, they have to be rethought. And I'm saying that because I'm not no spring chicken. I've been around, long enough. But in my life, I've had a filter, for the most part. I have filtered out and just, certain shit you just don't come in contact with. They would naturally not be friends of yours, people you would associate with, affiliate with. Some shit is like, how would you know? Like, for example, I'm not trying to be like too far out there, but like, I think anybody can relate to this. What is it like to be friends with a drug addict? Well, fuck, I wouldn't know. I don't hang around drug addicts. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. So if you don't have similarities with certain people, they would not naturally be your friends or associates, and so therefore you have no knowledge of their type, their kind. How would you? How would you know some of these things? You wouldn't. And so that's what I'm saying. Some of this stuff that I'm seeing online is not something I would have had a chance to be exposed to. All right, I got the refrigerator clean now. Wouldn't have had a chance to be exposed to. So it's a surprise to me. It's a curiosity. It's like, oh, that exists? Well, where does that come from? Then you have 1,000 other questions. But I hear a lot of conversation online, so that's what's triggering me to talk about it. I hear a lot of conversations online, and I see a lot of behaviors, and I'm saying to myself, where does that behavior come from? Because you understand everything people do is rooted in the motivation. There has a cause. There's always a cause to everything. So when you see people do certain stuff, you have to say, okay, what are they doing? Why are they doing it? What is their motivation? And what do they expect to achieve? What is their desired outcome? You have to ask questions like that. Okay. So for me, when I see a lot of women who come online, these are women I would never in my life be associated with, never have met in person or in any way or any capacity in real life. But I'm just looking at them. And they're a curiosity to me. I don't understand what makes them tick and what they're motivated by. And then, and then the thing is, you say, how do these types of people find each other? How do they find each other? How do they coalesce, right? Because it's not an accident. People get online and they seek out people like themselves. I'm going somewhere with this. People get online and they look for a community. They look for people who agree with their perspective. So they're attracted to channels that have topics that would attract people like themselves. The subject matter is always the same. Okay? This is how they find each other. They're attracted to channels that have an agenda. I'm putting this stuff for these cookies up. I've been trying to make these damn cookies for a whole 2 damn weeks and I ain't did it yet. I'm gonna put the cookies up. The cookie ingredients. I'm gonna just set that to the side. We'll get to the cookies another time. It's not happening no time soon. I got a lot of shit to do. Cookies are not the priority. Anyway, they're attracted to channel holders and channels. And I'm speaking online here because I don't know about real life. I'll probably never meet a femcel in real life. We won't be crossing paths in real life. I can guarantee that. But they're attracted to channels. They're attracted to channels and topics, for the most part, that offer a perspective and topics of victimization, female victimization, right? Men are bad. Men are evil by nature. Women are natural victims. Women don't have choices. Women can't live happily with men, and patriarchy is the culprit. Patriarchy is evil, and there's nothing good about it. Y'all follow me? This is the narrative. This is how femcells. This is how femcells find each other online, just like incels. And I think a lot of times people they skip over. We love to talk about incels. We love to talk about incels. Oh, these men, they're fat, they're ugly, they're stupid, they're this, they're that, right? We got plenty to say about incels. And maybe incels are just easier to see, right? You can stereotype an incel pretty easy. If he's a fat man, he's an unattractive man. Don't let him have a combination, right? Don't let him have a combination of undesirable traits. Oh, we'll point him out real quick. Oh, he's short. Oh, he's broke. Oh, sometimes people even say, ooh, an Asian is more likely to be an incel. We have all these stereotypes. You're fat, you're ugly, you're broke, you're this, you're that, you're not healthy, you don't have a certain type of job, you're older, nobody ever wanted you. Oh, we can point an incel out real quick. We don't have no problem with that, male and female. We can point an incel out quick. But there's something about society having an apprehension to categorize women as femcells. There's a natural resistance. Nobody wants to point out and say, oh no, that chick is weird. Or no, that chick is strange. This eucalyptus gotta go. This motherfucker dried up on me. That was a spearmint gone bad, honey. But nobody wants to point out the femcell. Nobody wants to say to women, hey, you're weird, you're strange, you're not typical. What's wrong with you? Nobody wants to do that to women. Notice that. Is that not somewhat of a privilege? Is that not somewhat of a privilege? Hey, chat, I'm kind of looking, but I'm not. I'm doing some stuff, but I'll check every so often to the chat. But isn't that a privilege that women get to exist without being questioned as whether or not you're normal and functional? Is that not an interesting thing? Women get to ride free. Now, let me tell you what I've realized. Because when you go into certain spaces, you will see um, live streams, and it's all about victimization. Oh, these men are violent. And I'm not doing no male worshiping. I'm just telling you the facts. Men are this, men are that, all these different judgments, right? Anytime you see a female talking about some 4B movement, you're either looking at a lesbian or you're looking at a femcel. There's no exceptions to the rule. None. If you hear a woman promoting 4B movement in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you are either looking at a femcel or you are looking at a lesbian. One of the two. No exceptions to the rule. None. Okay? None. There's no exception. That's what it is. Now, the reason why I say it could be a lesbian is because you have what you call separatist lesbians. A separatist lesbian is a female who believes that men don't have a purpose in society and they want to separate men from women. And usually there's some kind of bitterness and there's a story and some trauma there, right? But let me tell you something. Femcells are interesting because what femcells tend to do is they hide, listen, they hide among others who have similar agendas. Ashe, ashe, calling my ashe. You understand? They hide among feminists. Follow me. They're not feminists. If you ask them, what is a feminist? What do feminists believe? What type of feminist are you? If you ask them, they do not have an answer for you. You know why? Because they're not feminists. I think this may need longer. Let me put it on longer. Put it on longer. They don't have an agenda in feminism. They don't. Okay? They don't understand the nature of feminism. They can't tell you the history of feminism. They can't categorize it. They don't know the lingo. They don't know anything. They just hide among feminists. They use feminist talking points. I am a humanist feminist. Okay? And people need to educate themselves on what a feminist is and what a feminist ain't, and their different types. You have radical feminists. I don't like them bitches at all. I do not like radical feminists. A humanist feminist and a radical feminist, they are like oil and water. We don't fucking get along. I detest them, okay? Because most of them are stupid. They're unrealistic, and all that shit they say is mostly lies, and it's emotional. It's a bunch of emotionalism. I do not like radical feminists. I feel like, bitch, you need to go to another planet and recreate the world you want to live in, because the world you want to live in is stupid. That shit don't make no sense. And you talk about justice and all this type of stuff, but then you want to undercut half of the population, which is male, because you mad. That's emotionalism. Ain't nobody got time for that. We live in the real world, and we are functional together. And you trying to recreate some unnatural, crazy shit. And 9 times out of 10, radical feminists are women who believe that men and women should be separate. So they're radical separatist feminists. I don't like them at all. I think they're just stupid. I don't fuck with them. And in my past, going to a feminist women's college, those were the ones I argued with the most because I just think they're stupid. Ain't nobody got time for that. You just running your mouth. You just running your mouth to be running your mouth. You running your mouth because you're mad. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is that you have a lot of femcels. And I think men are not realizing that. You are surrounded by femcels. Men do not see it. You think a lot of these women are normal women. They hide in feminism. They're not feminists. They use feminist talking points. They just hate men. You understand? They just fucking hate men. It's that simple. There's nothing you can do. They say, oh, if men were emotionally intelligent, then that would be different. No, it's not. You're a fucking forever victim. I'm seeing that. I have seen these femcels at work online, and I can only purely speak online. You see them in the streams, the comments they say, the stuff they say about men. They are just bitter and angry, and there's nothing that any man can ever do to please a femcel. You are surrounded by femcels. They're everywhere. They're hiding among lesbians. You look at Princella, okay? Look at who's listening to her. These are women who do not have the courage to just say, I'm a lesbian. I don't want to be with anything but a woman. Be a lesbian. Go do that shit. But why you gotta tear down males for you to justify being gay? Why you gotta do that though? That's the part I don't understand. So you have femcels who hide among lesbians. They co-sign the talking points, okay? And people like Princella, she makes that possible, okay? You got people who are not radical feminists. They are just feminists. I believe for Harriet is a typical black feminist, like myself, typical. She has a boyfriend. She wants to be married. She believes that women should have choices and occupations and that women should have basic freedoms, to my understanding. She does not want to eradicate males from society. She doesn't want to overthrow patriarchy. You know, and do radical, crazy things and rethink the world and recreate the world. She doesn't want to do all that. I think she's a basic humanist feminist like myself. And again, if the word feminist bothers you, you need to go educate yourself because you're probably stupid if that word is triggering to you. You're less educated than you think you are. A feminist is a modern concept in which women believe that they deserve equal access to society. That means women should have an education. Most men agree. Women should be able to earn money and work. Most men agree. Women should have a choice in who they marry. Most men agree. Women should have the right to property. Most men agree. Women should be able to move throughout the world freely, like get on a plane, get a hotel. That's normal. Most people agree, right? Women should have equal pay. Most people agree. So this is the basis of humanist feminists that women should be able to vote and run for political office. This is it. That's feminism. That's it. Basic humanist feminism. Women should be able to operate as human beings on the planet. The basic human rights should be guaranteed to women. That's it. That's all feminism is. Now, when all these other bitches start throwing in this stupid shit, and they start mixing in the rainbow, and they start mixing in all these radical, crazy ideas, that's when the problem starts. And then you get real stupid where you start saying that men who dress up as women are women. Now you know everybody's stupid. Men who dress up as women are fucking women. Now this is how we get stupid. You see what I mean? You taking stuff from feminism and you trying to turn it into something else. Feminism is basic human rights for women. That's it. And so if you find yourself triggered by the word feminist, you just stupid. That's all. But there are radical feminists, so you need to learn the difference. And most humanist feminists don't get along with radical feminists because they deny human rights to men, which is the whole fucking point is about everybody having equal access to society. So you can't sit there and demand equal access to society for your damn self at the same time talk about how men need to be eliminated, eradicated, and gotten rid of because they're just no good by nature. So now we got a problem. You fundamentally are fucking wrong. You're stupid. So radical feminists are useless. Nobody listens to them. Nobody listens to them. Everybody thinks they're fucking crazy. Okay? Whole half of the population of the planet. But bitch, go to Mars. Shit. Make believe ass. But what I'm telling you is this. When you look around and you see these angry, bitter bitches, and I said this before I started this stream, because I know people who don't know me or don't know me well, they may think, oh, this is some kind of uh, female trying to be a pick me or something. No, I'm telling y'all some shit I just really discovered. I had assumed some bitches, you know, a lot of bitches. I had assumed a lot of bitches was fucking normal women. And I'm starting to see, I'm starting to see a pattern. So you got Femcels, and I'm just telling y'all, a lot of y'all men don't realize, and a lot of us women don't realize, we are all surrounded by a lot of Femcels. They are in great abundance. And I think there's been a privilege been given to women. That's what I'm starting to see. Because I'm like, how did nobody not know this? Because we swear, oh, the incels are on a rise. All these men are going to be alone. That's the narrative. But the truth is, a lot of these men are going to be alone because they're incels, but they're also going to be alone because it's a lot of females that are femcels. Check that move. I would argue that there are equal, if not more, femcels present in society, at least based on my online experiences. There are more femcels existing than there may be incels. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. It's something attractive to femcels about being in a victimhood state. How many women do you see buying into this victimhood state? Ain't shit happening to them in their real life. Just think about it. Ain't shit happening. This is how you know a motherfucker's fake. You're not a feminist, okay? You're hiding among feminists. You're using feminist talking points, supposedly. We're surrounded by a bunch of fucking femcels. How many of you are a victim? How many of you are actually experiencing some kind of abuse? And see, people that get online and cosplay, they start telling these stories about, oh, my friend and my cousin, they got all these fucking stories. The other day, they're sharing content of victimization that they have not fucking experienced themselves. Think about it. They are sharing and making up circumstances to make themselves close to the proximity of victimhood, but ain't shit happened to them. Make it make sense. See, part of the femcells way of connecting and trauma bonding with other femcells is proximity to victimhood. How many times do you go on the stream and you see a whole bunch of panels of females telling stories of victimhood? I do see it when I go to the manosphere. I see men telling stories of how they got. This is a guy named Smurgo. I had a long conversation with Smurgo. Um, one night, late night, we were texting in a Discord, and I got a chance to see what victimhood, like absolute victimhood, looks like. And I'm not gonna get into all his business, but he got married and he was in love. He had his guard down, and he has this whole victim story, and he's living his whole life out of that victim story. And he looks like he'll never get free, right? So he's traumatized, and he keeps re-traumatizing himself. And see, when you keep re-traumatizing yourself, at some point, people got to stop feeling sorry for you. You just like being a victim, because people who are resilient, they learn, they heal, they look at their mistakes, and they say, "Well, goddamn it, I'll never do that shit again. I'm better for having had the lesson." Just that simple. Hope I'm not talking too loud. Am I talking too loud? Let me come look at these comments. But what I'm telling you is that femcells are always trying to be in proximity to victimhood. So when they get on panels, they're crying, telling all these weird fucking fake ass stories. They're always using content from other so-called victims, and you don't know how much of this shit is true. You don't know what people are really experiencing online. Sometimes people just want fucking sympathy. Sometimes people make up shit because they want somebody to cash out their ass, right? I remember one time I was in a women's healing group, and there was this broad. She was like a Rastafarian, and I had to stop fucking with women healing groups. There's a lot of toxic bitches in them spaces. We were like healing on some yoni eggs and queen of food, some positive shit, but it attract people who love victimhood. And so we used to have these big ass expensive retreats that we used to put on. I was one of the organizers. Okay. And it would attract some old broke ass females, defeated females. And this chick had like 6 kids, I don't know, some Rastafari and shit, long dreadlocks. And she had this man, and she's decided, you know how women are, we talk, we tell shit. She decided to tell somebody in the group that she was being abused. And so this female, this woman in the group decided, I'm going to break my silence because she's getting abused and she's telling me all her business. And she decided to tell a couple of trusted other sisters, like, we need to help her escape. You see? We need to help her escape. And so this is when I had learned a lesson about victimhood, because I was kind of, you know, sheltered. I was kind of sheltered in a way because I've always had people around me who are very similar to me and not people different than me. So I can't be prepared for all these scenarios. I had never come across anybody like this or circumstances like this. All the women I know, they just get their money together if something went wrong and move the fuck on. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Make a decision. Leave. Go. But this chick was acting like she was stuck. She was not married, but they had been living together, got like 6 fucking kids, and she claimed dude was whipping her ass like every other day. He puts on to like whatever little community they live in, like he's a respectable person. And she'd rather just leave than like try to, tell everybody locally that he's abusive and, turn herself into a public victim among their community and all that shit. So long story short, she seemed like she was okay with a couple of us knowing. And then, so, we asked her, what do you want to do? And she's like, I've been trying to leave. I've been trying to leave. All I need is, right? And all I need was, she wanted like $1,000 and like bus ticket money for her and all her kids and all this shit. I think it ended up coming up to like $2,000, $3,000. by the time it was said and done. And she had a plan to go across state lines to some family member or some shit. And it was like, it's some sisterhood shit. Like, wow, she's getting beat up, she's getting abused. This shit been going on too long. She's afraid. She gotta escape. And in reality, I should have just told her, girl, call you the hotline. Cause let me tell you what she did. She got that money and then she disappeared. We collectively got money together, trying to help her out, sent her the money, and she stopped participating in the group. She stopped participating. She got that money and got the hell on. And so months went by and we were all sitting there worried about her, afraid, like what happened to her? Did he catch her? Did he take the money? What happened? She ain't said nothing. We kind of, you know, we wanted to see her win. We wanted to see her get away based on this victimhood narrative she gave us. Do you know that we found out? Do you know that we found out months later? She privately told one of the members that tell everybody else she was sorry, but she realized that was her husband and that they would just have to work it out. And she has faith in God. Well, bitch, send our money back. Well, bitch, send our money back. Never heard from her again. You see what I'm saying? So people can come online. That man might have never beat her ass. She just saw a sister healing circle with a whole bunch of professional women. She didn't have no job, no education, no nothing. That probably wasn't her first time. Let me tell you something about people. There are people who have fucking patterns. They do the same shit everywhere they go. And when you see them doing their shit, it ain't the first time. It's just one of many. When you see people who are coming online and fucking with folks, that shit ain't new. They've been doing that shit. Like trolling to the point where you are harassing the hell out of somebody, you doxing people, you causing struggle and strife, you doing the most. That ain't new. You've been doing that shit. You've been doing that. And people do that. That's how they hide. They try to pretend. This is an anomaly. It's just you. You made me like this. Nah, bitch. Nah, bitch. You been doing this shit. You do this shit everywhere you go. You the same fucking femcel every fucking where you go. Who you fooling? You ain't fooling me. You ain't fooling me. This is your personality. This is what the fuck makes you tick. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you lying to? So back to the idea of being surrounded by femcel. My point of telling this story about that sister is to say that you have people who will use victim narratives. They'll post shit like that online, okay? These women will post shit online. Because let me tell you something. If you're a real victim of some shit and you actually trying to heal and it's private and it's dear to your heart, you don't go online with your shit. You go to your family, you go to a counselor. You don't go to the internet to take all the judgments of people and all the bullshit that comes along with it, doxing your damn self. Because you got people who will find out, baby. They will look and see if you who you say you are and whatever victimhood you say you suffered. They've had plenty of people start some, what do you call them things? GoFundMe. Talking about they got cancer and all kind of other shit. Ain't nothing wrong with their ass. And they tell the public. You got people who are public liars. And you got women who will come online, start telling these stories in small groups, right? In the back chats, telling victimhood tales so they can get some cash apps, so they can get some money. It's part of their fucking income. So what I'm saying is that you have women who have made a habit of going to healing circles and women's spaces, and some of them are just what? Femcels. Yeah, it's a lot of femcels that like the victim narrative because they can make money off of it. Okay? And they get around other femcels and they get themselves financed. I need this. All I need is that. You'll hear it. You'll hear it. You'll hear them talking about how they're transferring money among themselves. It's a fucking hustle. So you got femcels who have motivation among themselves to make some money. It's an industry. Oh, I gave so and so $100. I helped so and so start a business. Yeah. You got fucking femcels that are using that shit for income. You got Princella. She's using it for income. It's hard to tell whether she's a femcel or not. I think she's just a goddamn good ass hustler. She hustles men, she hustles women, she hustles gays, she hustles straight, she hustles everything. She write a book about it, she'll sell it. Turn around, say the opposite shit, sell it again. You still buy it, dumbass. Okay, let me go to the chat. But men are surrounded by femcels and don't even fucking know it. Ooh, lots of comments. Let me see. You said the title, agree. Yeah, man, there's so many fucking femcels out here. They hide among lesbians, they hide among feminists, they hide among victimhood, they hide among all kinds of shit. Black female empowerment. That shit ain't empowerment. They don't talk about nothing empowering. All they talk about is victimhood, coping and crying. Why? Because it's the only way they can cope and deal with the fact that they are femcells. That's all. That's all that's going on. They don't want to talk about their femcell nature. Let me see. I'm gonna read. You said may you may not be sisterhood, dude. I'm sisterhood. I claim it. I claim it. You had like sisterhood is a bad thing. I claim sisterhood. I don't know what you mean by sisterhood, but as far as being a black woman, understanding the nature of society as it relates to black women, yes, I'm sisterhood. But I'm also a person who's balanced. I know what the fuck it is and what the fuck it ain't. Right? It's not a crutch. It's not a coat. I am black and I am female when I walk into any space. And I do understand how people are going to perceive me as a black and female person. And I know the history of being black and female. So you can call me sisterhood if that's what you want. But when I say that, I mean I bring all of who I am to whatever conversation or space I'm in. So that's sisterhood. Black female identified. Yeah, that's me. But I don't go along with no stupid shit. I'm not going on with no coping. And I'm not going along with no victimhood. I think because I am a black female, I am powerful and I am empowered. And anything I want to do, I can be excellent. That's how I see my black femaleness. I see myself as absolutely resilient naturally. Do you know that among newborns, the black female is the one that survives above all? The white male will die. He's the weak. He's one of the weaker. The white female is second after the black female when it comes to survival at birth. The black female is the most survivable creature on the planet when it comes to birth. Okay, and everybody falls in line after that. I'm just saying that's some natural shit. That's a study. That's a fact. So I know there's resilience in my blackness and my femaleness. So yeah, I'm sisterhood. Well, I'll claim it. Priscilla was a lost cause since she started changing up her content. She say the same shit to the men that she's been saying. Right, right. Good morning. Hey, what's up, Woo? What's up? He said I'm cooking. I need to be cooking. I ain't cooked shit. I want some eggs. Um, and Woo said that Priscilla is still doing that crazy content on YouTube. Yeah, she's still doing that shit. She making money off of everybody. And nobody, I mean, to even call her on it, to be like, hey, that's contradictory. What about this? What about that? She gonna be like, you gonna buy the book? Buy the book. Join my Patreon. She don't give a fuck. She here to hustle. You said, nah, I have my definition of sisterhood. Okay. Who is this? AJ Rich. Ebony and Ivory. Nah, I know Ebony and Ivory. Fuck that. Fuck that. I don't like white men. Ain't no Ebony and Ivory. Mm-mm. You just go away, white man. I don't like white people. Mm-mm. I'm good. You go away. But anyway, what was I saying? I gotta clean this stove. So you got femcells that are hiding among regular women. And the thing that's so tricky about femcells is because people give them credit. They give them natural credit that they're fucking normal, which is automatic. It's automatic. The default is they're fucking normal. And that's the problem. That's the fucking problem. And all you gotta do is look at who they hang around, look at the shit that comes out of their mouth. Are they mostly focused on victimhood, telling you what men is and what men ain't? Let me tell you how you define femcells. Mostly they're hanging around with majority women all the time. In their real life, they only have female friends. Okay? This is how you'll know a femcell. They do not socialize normally with males and females. Mostly femcels, when they deal with men, the only way they know how to deal with men is in an antagonistic, hear me well, in an antagonistic way. Antagonistic. They cannot relate to men just as human to human. They do not have the capacity to have a decent conversation. They don't see any value in it. The only thing they want to do, so this is something you'll see femcels do. This is how you identify them. They are attracted to channels. Look in the chat. They are attracted to channels that are always having co-ed panels where they are arguing with men. These women are all in the chat. And most of these femcels, they're not regular women. They are making all kind of hateful comments, grand gestures, sweeping accusations, inclusive of the whole population of men. They complain about society. They don't have any solutions, but they swear they actually have all the answers. They know it all. They are very defiant in their behaviors and in their beliefs. They're very defiant. They have a tendency towards anger. You see aggressive language, right? You see a lot of aggressive language, a lot of heavy, angry generalizations. All these men ain't shit. Femcels. Because any woman who's had good relationships with men, and most average women have had plenty of good relationships with men. We understand, normal women, that men come in all shapes, forms, and sizes. We understand that there are evil women and there are evil men. Okay? We don't categorize somebody by their sex. We don't write folks off because they are male. That's not what normal women do. We understand this is a human condition and that each human being brings to the table who they are, the totality of their experiences and where they are from. Real women, regular everyday women who do not have femcel behaviors, we understand that we can never ever say that because you are male, you are X, Y, and Z. Because we know that you are a human, a person, a human being, an individual. And you can't account for anybody else's experience or decisions or choices or actions or behaviors. This is fundamental shit. That's like you saying, oh, because a child is Chinese, he's X, Y, and Z. That person, it's like racism. It's just like racism, right? Because you're black, I know you're a violent person. I know it is. I just know it. Because you're a male, I just know you're violent. This is a femcel. Femcels carry these things and they mean it. They fucking mean it. And if you listen to them, they'll tell you, I'm a femcel. They will not identify themselves, but they're femcels. They are whole fucking femcels. You're surrounded by it. All these leftover women, they don't have exposure to men. Men run from them because they're antagonistic. I just came across a femcel and I found out this femcel was attracted to a MAGTOW man. Make it make fucking sense, y'all. Make it make sense. How can a femcel be attracted to a MAGTOW man? So you got an incel and a femcel attracted to each other. Do you all not know that's a real shit? That's what made me really trigger. That's why I got this. Incels and femcels are attracted to each other. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. They're almost trauma chained. Dig it. Dig it. Dig it. Femcels are attracted to incels. Why? Because they feed each other's victimhood. You will see incels arguing with femcels. Neither one of y'all want each other, so what are we doing here? Why do y'all find each other on these co-ed platforms? Because you need to do the dance of the incel. Because you need to do the dance of the femcel. You need a partner in crime. And these motherfuckers will switch up. I done seen that shit too. I have seen somebody be manosphere, so-called, and he's just an incel hiding in the manosphere. Same shit. You got males who are incels and homosexuals hiding in the manosphere. It's man, this shit is the same. But women get a pass Nobody points out femcels. People point out incels all day. People will point out, oh, you gay to a man. Oh, Kevin Samuels, you gay. They'll point it out for men, but nobody's saying, bitch, you a lesbian. You just don't like men. You don't like dick. Just tell the truth. You go be a lesbian, but you, bitch, you a femcel. You're actually heterosexual, but you turn men off so bad, no fucking man want you. Men run when they see you. That's a femcel. When men see them, they just like, ugh. Naturally, organically. Ain't nobody gotta label you. Naturally, organically, men are like, ugh, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. This is how the femcel is born. Look at Pearl Davis. The bitch was ugly from the early age. She was socially awkward. See, this is another thing about femcels you need to know. They are socially awkward. They do not know how to socialize. This affects them at a very early stage of life. They are naturally either nerdy, socially discombobulated, or they're fucking physically funny looking, or a combination of all three. And that's brutal. That's fucking brutal. So when they're in elementary school, they're not the it person, right? When you're playing a game, you're the last one picked, or people like, oh, well, I gotta work with her. I gotta work with her. Oh God, she's in our group. See, it starts early. Femcels are born early in elementary school. You know when you're not socially cool. You know when don't nobody like you. And for whatever reason, it's hard to say. Nobody knows. But socially, you either are liked by people or you're fucking not. Okay? That's just harsh reality. You are either liked by people or you're not. And you can't fix that. It's called vibrations. People like your vibe, but they don't like your fucking vibe. Same thing with men. They either sexually attracted to you or not. It don't matter what wig you put on. Okay? It don't matter what outfit you got on. You either attractive to males or most men or you're not. And if you're not attractive, no matter what you do to men, if you're not attractive to men, you develop an apprehension. You have an otherness about yourself. You start to realize, damn, just like Pearl Davis, I'm using her as an example, she's a femcel. She's a white femcel, right? And what is her first instinct? She became, what did she do? She became antagonistic towards men. Remember, she started talking about how she hated men. She spent all her time hating men. The only reason why she was hating men is because she couldn't goddamn get one, okay? She couldn't fucking get a man. So she started hating on men because boys rejected her. All her other friends, boys were flirting. The girls were flirting back. These are things that happen in middle and high school. Genuine affection, teasing in a positive way. She didn't get none. So what did Pearl Davis do? She started saying to herself, what is it about me? What is it about me? And she developed what we call insecurities. And because she could not cure her insecurities, she could not imitate the je ne sais quoi of attractive females her age. She could not fix it. She had to do something like a cope. And that's what femcels do. They start coping. Oh, it's not me. Men are just stupid. It's not me. It's not that I'm unattractive. It's just that men are too focused on our physical traits. They're just so stupid. Men can't get past physical traits. Men are too over sexualized. You hear these type of things, right? Men are over sexualized. They don't know how to see women. No, they don't see you because you're unattractive, because you're socially awkward, because you're a fucking weirdo. The women can be weirdo. No more passes. Women can be fucking weirdo. Y'all, let me tell you something. This stream is inspired by the fact that I have been watching some femcel shit, giving a female credit for being fucking normal, and I'm realizing a bitch get up to pee in the morning, and the first thing she thinks about is a nigga who don't want her. That shit shocked the fuck out of me. Because the bitches I know got some business about themselves, okay? That shit shocked the fuck out of me. I said, whoa. Like, what? No, I was like, no. I know the motherfucker was weird, right? I knew the motherfucker was weird, but I kept resisting. That's why I'm telling you, we are surrounded by femcels, and we are giving credit to women for being normal. We refuse to see they're abnormal because they're female. That's fucked up. So you can't see the femcel. You just assume they're not. Now these motherfuckers is femcels. All these angry, bitter bitches that make fucking stories up online of victimhood, femcel. They in the chat talking shit, angry, bitter, making broad general accusations, femcels. 4B, femcels. Any woman talking about some, I don't want to be with men. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want kids. You a liar. You a whole liar. You wouldn't even be having this conversation if you didn't like men, if you didn't care about men. You can't get one. Let me say it again. You can't get one. That's what this anger, this angst, it comes from the inability, just like Pearl Davis, to get a fucking man, to be able to naturally attract a man. How is it possible that other females can attract males, but I can't? The insecurity starts. You can't fix it. So then you start antagonizing men. Make it make sense. How does a femcel turn into a woman who wants to date a incel, hiding under the guise of MAGTOW? Both of them are hiding. She's hiding in Black Empowerment. He's hiding in MAGTOW. Both of them are incel and femcel. How the fuck that happened? Make it make sense. That ain't nothing but some abnormal, socialized coping shit. You need somebody to argue with because you strange, you weird. So you create a relationship around antagonism. What? Say what? An incel and a femcel get together to create a relationship so they can do the dance of defiance, anger, and bitterness and coping together. What the whole fuck? That shit threw me off. This is what caused me to have this stream. Femcel is real fucking everywhere. Okay? That shit's everywhere. And we gotta stop giving people passes and thinking they fucking normal. They're not normal. When they start talking and running their mouth, you realize they're not normal. Let me tell you another thing made me realize a femcel. When you got a person, especially a black female, you know how black females are. Black women, we be on our shit. We do. We be on our shit. We're focused. We know what we want to do. We got goals. We got a mission. We're resilient as fuck. I believe in the power of a black woman. We get a goal and you can't goddamn wrestle that shit from us for nothing. Now, I ain't never ever met in my life, I'm talking about even among bum bitches. I done seen bum bitches. Okay? And I'm speaking from experience because I used to have some business in some areas that I got a chance to be around some folk, okay? I used to be part of the conscious community. It used to be back when I first got to Atlanta. So I done seen some bum ass folks, right? But they still be on their game, regardless. They doing it raggedy. You ain't got no business cards. You ain't got no location, but you still selling your shit. And everywhere I go, I see you selling your shit. It's a consistency. So even when they bombing it raggedy, half-ass, I still see them on their fucking grind. Priorities. But I have come across this femcel, and I have never seen a black woman to derail herself, to throw herself in her priorities, having no priorities, the only priority. Femcels distract themselves with loud chaos noise, and they don't have any priorities. They don't care if they accomplish anything. The only thing they want to do every day when they wake up is argue with men. And by any means necessary, they're going to find a way to argue with men. It doesn't matter if they don't have a job. They just want to argue with men. They can be unemployed. They're going to find a stream and sit on all day long. It don't matter if their shit is backwards, their bills are due, they got bad credit. It don't matter. The only goal for the femcel is to sit online and talk shit about men at her own expense. At her own expense. A bitch will not finish school. Y'all, this shit is deep. A bitch will not finish school, will not graduate on time because she's focused on fucking with antagonizing men online. Can you believe this shit? What kind of black woman does that? I can't give y'all no more passes because you black and female. And I think you're supposed to be resilient and you're supposed to be excellent and you're supposed to be great. No, a femcel is some different shit. That's made of some different shit. I'm here to testify today. A femcel will be a broke bitch because she's worried about harassing and antagonizing men. She will sit her broke ass there online for hours at a time. She got all the time in the world to sit and antagonize men But she ain't got no time to go to work. She ain't got no time to get no job. She ain't got no time to work on herself. She don't got no time to invest in her own future and her own success. She don't got no time to exercise. She don't got time for nothing. Hear me well. She will spend 6, 8 hours a day obsessing, thinking, processing, harassing, doxing. And it's a band of bitches like that. That's how you know they femcels. They hang out together. They get off on it. Weird shit. How you gonna be a black female and act like that? You off cold, bitch. You off fucking cold. We don't get down like that. You might be self-empowerment, but that means empowerment, bitch. You broke. You unemployed. You uneducated. What's wrong with you? You ain't representing black women. You a femcel. You losing out here. Talking about you don't like men. What's wrong with you, bitch? Who don't like men? What's wrong with you? You can't get a man of any color. These bitches be 30, 35, 40, 45. There's no excuse for that. There's no fucking excuse. Make it make sense. You a fucking femcel. Y'all, fuck all that hit the wall. Fuck the hit the wall. I'm here to tell you today, if you see a black woman past 30 fucking 5 and she don't have an active, positive relationship with a black man or man of any color, you looking at a femcel. It's just that goddamn simple. Fuck that wall. Fuck the wall. It's femcel. Okay? I'm starting to see some shit out here that I wasn't trying to see. I'm seeing highly dysfunctional black females. That's making my eyebrows go the fuck up. And maybe I'm pedestalizing black women too much, having such high expectations. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's my fault. But even ghetto Keishas have some business about themselves. They got some priorities. It might be fucked up priorities, but they on their shit. They don't sacrifice their everything to fucking harass men. I'm talking about bitches that get up and eat and breathe 2 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the morning. They doing streams. Who does that? Who does that? Who prioritizes relationships with other angry women? And they sit up all day, all night, emailing, talking, and y'all. This shit is not uncommon. These are the ones you can see. These are the ones you can see. But do you see the subtle ones in the chats? Do you see those comments? You see it? I ain't gonna never be with no man. Well, why ain't you in the lesbian space then? If that's the case, why? Why are you here? Why are you among the heterosexuals? Y'all, the shit is deep. And I'm just gonna say that people, male and female, we need to start really looking. Make sure I just got this camera. Make sure I ain't got no water over here. Okay. Whew. Let me plug this somewhere else. I've been working on my camera. Excuse me for getting turned up this morning, but this shit got me rolling. Okay. This shit got me rolling. But these bitches are hiding among black female empowerment, and they ain't offering no empowerment. They just hollering and crying and coping, talking shit about men. Their streams, screaming, hollering, arguing. They find panels so they can harass and talk shit to men. These bitches are not normal. And people need to start calling it what it is. They're not black women. Black women, look, they're fucking up our reputation. Black women love to argue. No, that's a femcel. Do you not see that? She don't represent black women. Black women have attitude. That's a femcel. That's a bitch that don't want to work it out. She ain't never coming to the table. Why are you talking to her? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why are you sitting there arguing with a fucking femcel? You look crazy. Don't you recognize that's a femcel? They do not represent black women. They don't. And that's the problem. The femcels are mixing in with black women, running their mouth, acting crazy, doing all these streams. They're on Twitter. They're on TikTok. They're everywhere. We're all surrounded by incels and femcels, but nobody's recognizing those femcels. They're taking it as typical black female behavior. We black women, we want to get along with men. We do. Most of us typical normal black women, we have good positive relationships with black men. We do not antagonize. Let me go back to Pearl. Let me go back to Pearl. Let me go back to Pearl for a second. Pearl, I'm using her as an example because this is universal. Femcelhood is universal. It crosses all race, okay? And you know they femcels because they can't get a man of any color. None. Not Chinese, not black, not white. They got 1,000 excuses about black men. But what about white men? What about Asian men? Why you ain't got that? Since they so perfect, where's that at? Why you ain't married to one of them? Why you 35 and 40 and you complaining, but you can't get somebody who's supposed to be from a perfect race who has perfect behavior? Why? Femcel, coping, complaining, and lying. You're lying. You're fucking lying. You're blaming everybody but your damn self. Make it make sense. If you all that. And that's the thing they do too. Oh, it's colorism. They're always victims. Colorism. Oh, it's fat shaming. It's always a victim. They are victim in every shape, form. It's hair weave. You're talking about us. You're calling us ghetto. You complain about how we dance. If it ain't you, why are you worried? Are you twerking? Do you got a big ass weave? Why are you worried? That's what I'm saying. The femcels get mad about shit that don't even have nothing to do with them personally. Ain't no black man went up to them and told them, hey, you can't twerk. Ain't no man of any sort went up to them and said, I'm about to snatch off that wig and that weave off your head because I can't take it. Nobody did that. Nobody told them how they could dress, but they a victim. Y'all got to see this. They claim public victimhood, and it ain't based on shit. It ain't based on shit. I done seen some shit, y'all. My eyes are open. My eyes are open. And this is my thing. I'm gonna go back to Pearl in a second. If you don't want to be with a man, you have that right. You can go be a lesbian. You can go be a radical feminist. Go over there. Go do that over there. Why do you come? Why do you come among heterosexuals to make yourself a public victim spectacle? Why do you got to do that? Why you got to do that? Why can't you go and get in your little circle and stay the fuck over there? Why do you got to do the dance of the femcel? And that's what they do. They want public fucking victimhood. They want to lay out all of these things that's so wrong with society. No, it's not society. It's you, bitch. It's you. You the one that's dysfunctional. You the one got problems. Don't taint all black females because you acting a goddamn fool. I don't like that shit. I don't have no antagonism towards men. I'm not angry. What am I be angry to fuck about? For what? What am I personally going to be angry about? Please tell me. What the fuck have I ever had happen to me that I'm gonna be mad with all black men? Give me something, please, because I can't get it. I cannot get it. I've had black male bosses. I've had black men hire me. I've had black men stand up for me. I've had black men give me opportunity. I have had black men open the door for me. When I go to the gas station, the grocery store, you know how many times I have men say, can I help you, sister? How many black men have just decided to pay for my lunch to be kind to me? I think I told a story the other day about how I went looking raggedy at Family Dollar. I was trying to coupon, and the brother thought I needed some pads, and I kept making such a big deal of the coupons. He tried to pay for the shit. I said, "Sir, I do appreciate you, but I'm a married woman, and I know I look raggedy today, but this is a hobby, and I want these coupons to work so I can make my receipt and put it on YouTube. That's why I'm pressing. I got money. That black man wanted to pay for my pads." Out of the kindness of his heart, I'm not his woman, and he wasn't gonna get nothing out of it. I have black men who are kind to me. I have never been a victim of a black man. So I can't relate. I just can't fucking relate. And that's what I'm telling you. The femcels, they're not relating to real life. They have a dance of victimhood they want to do. And whatever narrative, news lines, statistics they can use, these femcels are running straight to it. They're going to repost it. They're going to create a stream about it. They're going to antagonize men, tag men, tag men, tag men. I'm going to go to your channel, get in your chat and talk shit to you. This shit is crazy. Fucking crazy. Y'all are dealing with some insane femcel bitches. That's what's going on. We, as a community, are surrounded by femcels and incels, and we don't understand the height of it. That's what I'm telling you. We know we got a lot of incels, but we're not recognizing a whole lot of femcels. You see these angry, bitter bitches? 35, 30 and up, talking about 4B. I don't like men. Men are just femcels. Call it what it is. You a femcel, bitch. Don't talk about no wall. I'm talking about no fucking Kevin Samuels. Don't use none of them talking points. That needs to be called what it is. It's a fucking femcel. No matter what you do, who you are, what you prove, you're never going to be enough because they have to do the dance of victimhood because no men fucking want it of any color. Period. Point blank. Period. Point fucking blank. Men don't want it of any color. And that, my dear, is something that will never change. That's natural fucking selection, okay? Natural fucking selection. So get mad with God. Get mad with God. Because your ass was made funny, okay? I'm here to preach today, goddammit. Because I'm tired of Femcels. Tired of these bitches. You bitches antagonizing me. I'm going to call you out, goddammit. How you, a Femcel, a black woman, falling in love with a MAGTOW, a nigga who say he a monk. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That shit is crazy. Make it make sense. The dance of the incels and the femcels. That's all. You a femcel. You're crazy. You're fucking nut. You wake up and take a piss and you want to go chase a man. What the fuck? You want to go antagonize a man at 7 o'clock in the morning. Bitch, you a femcel. You ain't got no business about yourself. What woman does that? What black woman wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and the first and only thing she think about is striking up the stream so she can antagonize a man? Come on. Come on. Bitches be worried about how they gonna do their hair. They worried about what they gonna eat. You worried about how much shit you can talk before 8 o'clock. Wow. Just fucking wow. I'm sick of femcels. I've had to clean up my whole. When I see them, I'd be like, I'm in the wrong place. I gotta go. I had to clean up my whole algorithm because I'm tired of coming across them, honestly. I'm tired of looking at what they say. I'm tired of it. They don't make sense. So back to Pearl. I'm gonna say that and then I'm gonna end my stream because I didn't clean my whole kitchen. I think I just finished. Yeah, I just finished everything. I got a couple of things to put up, but I'm pretty much done. And I'm gonna go do my photo shoot. But if you look at Pearl, she's a perfect example. So I'll close with this. Pearl Davis, she's now so-called pick me. That's because she's in desperate mode. She's outworn all her other options. Okay, young girl, never was able to track men. I just mean like males at her age. I mean, let me correct that. She was 14, 15, 16. She gets to the point of seeing all her other white female friends attract males. They go into prom. hmm They've got boyfriends. My tea is good. They go into prom. They're attracting other opposite sex relationships at age 16, 17, stuff like that. Pearl's the only one. She's the outlier. Nobody wants Pearl. They're not interested. Am I making up shit? No. Her friend said she was the last one among them to not be married to this day. Okay. And where they're from and the culture they're in, that's normal. Pretty much all of her circle of white female friends all got married between the ages of 18 and 24. Pearl to this day is going on 30 or so, and she's still not married. Femcel. Pay attention. Femcel. Using Pearl as an example because I'm not just picking on black women. I'm telling y'all, femcels are part of this world. They're every fucking where. And we need to start calling them what they are and stop letting them hide as feminist empowerment and letting them hide in rainbow. That shit needs to be called out fucking femcel. That's what you are. You're not hiding in no other movement, okay? You're not doing that no more. We need to call people femcels, just like we don't have no problem calling incels. Anyway, Pearl. Pearl, at the age of 16, gets a little bit desperate, right? So what she starts doing is she starts pretty much finding ways to claim that males are the problem. She develops a philosophy because she has an insecurity, a clear insecurity. So she goes to her male coach. Okay, this is the first one that I know of on record. What do femcels do? They attack men. They're in attack mode. Doesn't matter who you are, how good you've been to them. Doesn't matter your perfect personal character. They are fucking femcels. They're in attack mode. Okay, so she somehow finds a way to victimize herself. She throws herself at this coach. Now, notice she's a underage girl trying to have inappropriate conversations. She's talking to her daddy about this, not her coach. She throwing it out there, and guess what? For several reasons, because professionalism and otherwise, this black man is not interested. She takes that and she holds it. She tries to create a pseudo relationship with him under coaching. You see how femcels find a way to slide in and hide? She tries to slip in some pseudo relationship, and she waits, and she asks him for assurance. Well, do you think I'm attractive? Your coach should not be being asked that, and he should not be answering. You doing the okie doke, the setup. You played him. You got attention and notice that it's a relationship of necessity. He has to be a coach, and you have to be a player. You see how they use the power dynamics to manipulate. And so, what does Pearl do? She waits until she's what, 18 years old, a couple years later, and she tries him. She's in college, and she asks him, hey, I want to meet you. I want to see you again. And she lies on him. She tries to act like he's setting up a date. She lies on the man. She tries to act like he came on to her. No, no, no. Bitch, you started early on trying to use that black man to verify that you was somebody, to validate you. She lied on that black man. She accused him, got him fired. You see what I'm talking about? Femcels. They're going to hit, they're going to strike. It might take a while, but they will. So that was a victim. And since then, I cannot tell you how many men she's attacked, particularly black men. She attacked this one guy who was a part of her network, black man. She got his channel removed. She attacked MCR. She attacked him. But for some reason, these motherfuckers don't want to see a femcel. Y'all see what I'm talking about? You see how dangerous it is? This one particular guy, he was a part of Pearl Davis's network. He decided he did not really want to work with her anymore. She offered him a contract. He said, no, I'm good. She had his whole YouTube channel taken the fuck down. He had to go through a lot. He lost income because of her telling her no. That's one. There's the coach. And then there's MTR. MTR had befriended her, did some streams with her, and they see, this bitch is attacking him. She's attacking men constantly. There's two different concierges. She wrote letters and had these black men fired. She thinks black men are weak. That's why she goes after black men. That's why she went after Kevin Samuels. She knew that Negro did not have enough sense to tell a bitch, I ain't giving you shit. Give me $1 million and I'll talk to you. Right? So she picked on what she thought was the weakest in society, a black man. And she has consistently, they're still men. I don't give a fuck if they're black, but she's a champion for women. I mean, for men, right? She's a femcel. She's a femcel hiding in the manosphere. And everybody's acting like they don't see that's a fucking femcel. The bitch ain't trying to get married. She ain't trying to have kids. She's trying to be a boss bitch. She wants to rule over men. That's why she hires men. She hires black men because she even said, my Negroes, my Africans. She thinks she owns people. Nobody sees a dysfunctional, socially fucking belligerent bitch. A white, stupid, sorry, trashy ass bitch. Nobody wants to see that's a femcel. They put her on platforms. They give her Pierce Morgan. They letting her come online. That's a femcel. Nobody wants to call it what it is. You're surrounded by fucking femcels. They are antagonistic to men. She uses the talking points. It's a fucking joke to her. She doesn't believe that shit. She's taking over men's spaces. Nobody wants to see that's an antagonistic, aggressive femcel who is trying to dominate men. Nobody wants to see that. She's telling the truth. I hate Pearl Davis. I can't stand that bitch. Because she tries to drag black women. She tries to drag everybody. She tries to drag Africans. She tries to drag white women. She tries to drag everybody. You know what's the root of it? Bitch, you are a psycho. You are a fucking psycho because you're a femcel. You drag everybody. You dragging fucking Jews. You dragging blacks. You dragging Arabs, Muslims. You drag everybody. You drag gays. You drag the whole fucking world because you can't get no dick. That's the truth of it. You created a platform to drag the world because you can't get a man. Simple and fucking plain. And I'm done. I should.